Hello, for better or for worse, I am back. Blunt Truth is back. And some of you doubted that I'd come back. I read those comments. Told you I'd come back. And where I've been is two places. First one, I had a little all expenses paid involuntary vacation that went from November to March. And after March, or in early March, I had time on my hands, a little bit of money, and I figured I always wanted to hike the Appalachian Trail. I headed down to Georgia. Those of you that don't know, the Appalachian Trail is a 2,176 mile trail that goes from North Georgia to mid-Maine along the east coast in the Appalachian Mountains. I went down to Georgia and started attempting a through hike of the Appalachian Trail. I made it about 900 miles into North Virginia, and then there was kind of a family emergency and I came home, partly because I was running out of money anyway, so I quit about not quite halfway through. I didn't make it. I underestimated the amount of money you need to do the Appalachian Trail. You really want somewhere around $3,000 because you have to stay at hotels here and there. There isn't always a cheap hostel, and you need to wash your clothes, eat, and it takes money. So anyway, I imagine that since I did half a hike of the Appalachian Trail, some of you are going to ask me right off, oh, what did you take for a knife? Since I have so many to choose from, what did I choose? I can't anticipate that question, so I'll just answer it right now. Of course, my Azula I took, the one that I always wear on my neck. I changed the angle of the edge to, I changed the edge from the convex grind to the traditional V grind so that I could use my Gerber sharpener, the little black thing, which I don't have on the table here to show you. As you can see, this isn't my table. I'm at someone else's house. I lost my apartment. I lost my car. I sold about a quarter of my knives. I still have like 50 something knives, and probably 20 of them you haven't seen yet. So there's knives to review. I'm going to be doing reviews once I get my act together here. I've got a lot of things on my plate to do right now, including get a job. But anyway, I took the Azula, and this was really the only thing I used for a blade the whole trip. This was perfect. It's legal in all the states because the blade's under 3 inches. That was a point in taking it. It's very light. It's perfect for the trail. It stood up and did well, and you really don't have to do a whole lot of cutting of hard material on the trail. It's mostly opening packages and cutting line and paracord and things like that. It's not much, maybe gear repair. You could get by with much less. I also took my P4, my Squirt P4 Leatherman with the pliers, and this was indispensable. The pliers came in real handy for gear repairs and things like that. And I did have some problems with my Kelty frame pack with the straps, the stitching coming out on the straps, and I had to do some repairs of wire. And this I took as a backup, but I never used it once. I did not need a backup, but if I had lost my Azula, I wanted something else. So I took my Native because it was real light. It's real light and easy to take along in the pack. And obviously when you're packing everything you own on your back, you have to consider lightweight and small size. So, and this is also legal in every state I went through, given the blades under 3 inches. So now I saw on the trail most people took a Victorinox or a Swiss Army knife, a Wenger or Victorinox. I only buy Victorinox. I've got a whole bunch. I've got 6 Victorinox, and I almost took this because it has nice pliers and all the. I would get the one with the pliers. These are indispensable for gear repair. You really need a little pair of pliers. But this would have worked fine. I tend to not like knives where the blades don't lock out, you know. That's, to me, I like a locking blade, and that's pretty much the only reason this stayed home. But like I said, that's what most people took. I saw them all over the trail. So just a Swiss Army knife is all you need. You don't need really any fancy. Don't take any some kind of big, you know, Rambo knife. You're not going to need it. You don't build your own shelters on the trail. So, and firewood you can just crack and break, and you know, you're not going to build a raging fire. By the time you're done hiking all day, you're not going to be into building a raging fire. You're just going to want to maybe get a little fire for warmth and go to bed. So now I sold a whole bunch of knives. I can't begin to list them. There's like 20 something knives I sold to friends of mine to try to raise a little money to pay my bills and before I headed off. And but I did keep a lot and kept many of my knives, including my two favorites, which you might want to know since I'm just blabbing here, are both Spydercos. My Sage, I'll never sell this. This thing is awesome. As you notice, it was just in my pocket right now. And, of course, Paramilitary. These two knives I will never sell. I swear I'll never sell these. These are great, and I will not sell them. I also won't sell my Bravo 1, probably, unless I got another one first, and then I might sell this one. I don't know. They offer it in different handles, and I like some of the other handle scales too. So I'm not an expert on the Appalachian Trail. You know, there's a lot of guys on YouTube that know much more about hiking and backpacking than me. I do know some things. I mean, I did half of it. My gear I took worked very well. So if you have questions and stuff, I'll answer them in PMs. I'm not going to do any videos on my gear, I don't think. Possible, maybe. But it's just, you know, there's a lot of better people to ask than me. But if you want my opinion or questions about the trail, send me a PM and I'll answer it. And I got like thousands of comments. I sound like nothing fancy here, but while I was gone, there's like thousands of comments have built up and questions and things, and I can't begin to answer them all. If you still want an answer to some question you asked in a comment on a video, ask it again. I went through my emails and cleared them. And by the way, there was a friend of mine who was calling himself Not Very Sharp who checked my emails for me. He didn't have my YouTube password, but he did have my email address. So he was able to read comments in there and then tell me about it. And I think he answered a few things in comments here and there, but I had him stop doing it because it seemed to be irritating him. So anyway, if you want to ask some questions again, anything that you still want an answer for that you asked and didn't get an answer because I wasn't around, ask again and I'll answer it. As far as personal messages sent to me, there wasn't all that many of them. There's maybe 30 or something. I can get to those. I will answer those one at a time over the next week. I just got back to New Hampshire 2 days ago. So that's pretty much a recap of what's going on and where I've been and where I am now. I got some more knives to review, but it's going to be hard getting around to the reviews. I am here for your comments. And I thank you for support and good comments you've left and saying you miss me, and I'm glad to be back. And that's about it. I'm gonna do the on test K pretty soon, and I'm gonna beef it up a little bit. The prize will be beefed up a little bit because it's gone almost to 2,000 subs. So I'm going to, because the odds of winning are less, I'm going to beef up the prize a bit, I think. So that'll be coming up soon. And that's about it. I'm out of here for now. I'll talk to you guys soon. Bye.